Come on.
We can still get Newcastle.
53.
Tamworth.
Tamworth.
Come on, give me a Tottenham.
Come on.
Give me a Tottenham.
Come on, you Spurs.
Give me a
Come on,
Tottenham.
you Spurs.
Give me a
Come on,
Tottenham.
you Spurs.
Yay! I told you, Tamworth. I told you, Tamworth.
Come on, boys.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Brilliant stuff.
Did I not tell you?
We're getting Tamworth.
Where is Tamworth? Where is Tamworth?
Staffordshire.
Where's that? Tamworth, Staffordshire.
It's northeast. Oh no, it's near Birmingham. Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
so
yeah,
not
it's
too
near
far.
Birmingham. Yeah, it's
Not
near
too
Birmingham,
far.
yeah.
So how big is
Because you
their
kind of pass it
stadium?
when you go.
How big is their stadium? The Lamb Ground, it's called. It's got a capacity of 4,000.
4,000.
What's the allocation going to be?
100.
That's mad. 4,000. Whoever gets a ticket for that is going to be very, very
Where are
lucky.
they? They're in the
National League.
Where are Wrexham not in it? Are they out?
Wrexham must be out.
Oh.
Because I didn't see them in the thing. But Tamworth against Tottenham, that is a glamour tie for Tamworth if I've ever seen one.
They're 16th in the National League.
I'm loving that draw.
Away
I
from
really
home.
am loving that draw. We haven't drawn someone as low as that. I mean, we drew Marine, who are actually lower than that.
Yeah.
But we haven't drawn a non-league side since then. And even before that, I don't really remember too many non-league ties that Spurs have faced in the Cup.
Yeah, we very rarely get a non-league team. I mean, it's rare for them to get, Sheffield Wednesday.
But when you look at the likes of all Premier League ties, Arsenal, Man United, and all this kind of stuff, we've got a very, very good draw here.
Tamworth away.
I'm very happy with that draw.
They're not even doing that well in their National League.
Rich Frith says, we can't lose to Tamworth. Can we? Surely not.
Newcastle versus...
But I'll tell you what, why this is good as well.
Bromley.
Why this is good as well for Yang Min Hyuk. Yang Min Hyuk surely gets his debut against Tamworth.
If he can't get his debut in that game, when can we trust him?
Yeah.
So it's good for surely a lot of the youngsters will be playing.
Yeah, you've got to play the Bergvals, the Greys, Lancashire.
Mikey Moore, hopefully.
Yeah, if he's back. Yang Min Hyuk. I think it's a very good draw for Tottenham. Very good draw for these youngsters. Hopefully you get to see what they're about. Can you learn too much against a non-league side, though,
Not
from these
really.
players?
Not really. I mean, if we lose, it's embarrassing. That's the reality.
So it's only a bad thing.
Yeah,
that
it's
you
only
come
a
out
bad
with.
thing, pretty much. Look, the good thing is we get an easy time. We can rest a load of players, hopefully, and get through.
Yeah.
It's National League. You have to be able to rest a load of players.
I
Surely.
do remember, though, like back in the day, Arsenal played Sutton. And didn't they find it hard for a little bit? Then they ended up winning. I can't remember what the score
Sutton
was.
knocked out Burnley.
Yeah.
It was a Premier League team, yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
Then they played Arsenal
Then they
with
played
the
Arsenal.
pie eater on the sidelines. Do you remember that?
No, there was Sutton. There was that year, there was two non-league teams in the quarterfinal. There was that team, and there was, I can't remember who the other one was. There was another team as well, also a non-league team.
They got to was it the quarters? Unbelievable.
I remember once Havant and Waterlooville went 2-0 at Anfield.
Yeah, I remember that. Cinema Pongolle, I think, scored for Liverpool that day.
Probably. There was that. I remember there was one team, who was it? There was a non-league team that once got a 0-0 draw at Old Trafford for getting battered away from home. But this is like 10 years ago. Or no, longer. It's probably 15 years ago I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I think in recent years, trying to remember non-league teams doing anything against Premier League teams, probably not. Nottingham Forest Luton, interesting tie. But with one of West Ham and Villa going out, one of United or Arsenal going out.
It's our year.
It's our year. Our name's written on the cup. Come on. So look, I don't know anything about Tamworth. I don't know if they're an attacking team or how they play. I think all the National League teams just probably lump the ball up and try.
You say that? I don't know. I think football's changed since then. I don't know if they.
I don't know. Have you gone to many lower league games?
Because you look at
I went to some Barnet games last year, and they were just lumping it up.
Yeah, but you look at even Sunday league teams. They even try and play football on the ground these days. I think
not to the same level as like Prem teams.
Obviously not to the same level, but they do try and play their football.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, they do, but at that level, usually what's successful is just bullying the opposition. I've seen it. I've seen it.
Fulham, Watford, all London tie there,
and Palace, Stockport.
And Palace, Stockport. That's a good tie for Palace. Palace at
Leicester
home.
QPR. That's a nice tie as well. Sunderland, Stoke.
So yeah, I think we've got to be absolutely delighted. It's probably the best draw that we could have got. Let's be real here. Away at Tamworth. Allocation, who knows what it's going to be. 4,000 capacity at Tamworth is going to be one hell of a tie, particularly for the locals there in Tamworth. They've got to be delighted with it. I'm delighted with it. So happy days all round. We'll just run through the draw with you guys one more time before we go. But here you have it. Southampton, Swansea, Arsenal, Manchester United, Exeter, Oxford, Leyton Orient, Derby, Reading, Burnley, Villa, West Ham, Norwich, Brighton, Man City, Salford. What a mouth-watering tie that is. But Arsenal, Man United has got to be the pick of the round as well in terms of two heavyweights going head-to-head. You've got Millwall, Dagenham and Redbridge, Liverpool, Accrington, Stanley, which I do believe is a local derby as well. Bristol City against Wolves, Preston against Charlton, Chelsea against Morecambe, Middlesbrough against Blackburn, Bournemouth against West Brom, Tamworth against Tottenham Hotspur, Hull against Doncaster, Sunderland, Stoke, Leicester, QPR, Brentford, Plymouth, Coventry, Sheffield Wednesday, Newcastle, Bromley, Everton, Peterborough, Wickham, Portsmouth, Birmingham, Lincoln, Leeds, Harrogate, Nottingham, Forest against Luton Town, Sheffield United, Cardiff, Ipswich, Bristol, Fulham, Watford and Crystal Palace, Stockport County. So some really mouth-watering ties there for this third round. And there you have it. It's going to be
TV, we thinking?
Definitely.
Tamworth?
Definitely. And you know what? It's so good for the club as well, Tamworth. They're going to get such a big payday from this.
Yeah, because I remember Marine, it was behind closed doors, so they had to sell virtual tickets, didn't they?
Yeah.
Which is, must be
I think I bought one.
Yeah, I think we both. Yeah, we both bought one, I think. And so it'd be really good for Tamworth to benefit from it, and good luck to them. But from Tottenham's point of view, it'll be a great day for us. It's a great tie for us, and we should be able to comfortably go to the fourth round.
Alan White says Tamworth have a very good goalie, and Blaster Play says Tamworth are shit. Barnet won 7-0 against them.
Bloody hell. And Barnet, and not the best.
Well, there you have it, people. I want to thank you all for joining us today. That is the FA Cup third round draw. It is Tamworth away, which is going to be played, I think, in the second week or just after the Newcastle game, I think, on the 4th of January, just before the Arsenal game. So nice to have a few players rested for the Arsenal game when they've got a very taxing game against Manchester United. But thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.